everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and we're going to talk about the Oscar the Grouch Sesame Street NFT fully animated that's coming to Veve on Saturday. Today's Friday, in case you're watching this video then. I'm going to talk all about it. I'm going to give you my thoughts about the drop. I'm going to give you my thoughts about, the promotion behind this, or lack of, from Sesame Street. Just my general thoughts about, communication with how they could be doing a great job with this, moving forward in the future with Sesame Street and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll give you some predictions about how I think the drop is going to do for sure, and show you actually how you can actually donate to Sesame Street, through one of Veve's videos. It's quite interesting, right? So if you do like the video, make sure you hit like and comment down below. Let me know if you're going to be going after this one or not. There's a couple different reasons to go after this one and a couple reasons to not go after this one. So I'm going to cover all those for sure. You can also follow me on Twitter and I'll follow you back and we can continue the conversation over there for sure. Now, here's the tweet that went out. Being grouchy makes him happy, but being happy makes him grouchy. Now you can add Oscar the Grouch and all of his contrary glory to your Veve showroom. Carbon neutral Sesame Street digital collectible drops on Saturday the 27th. This is interesting. They put carbon neutral right at the top, we all know whatever happened to Cookie Monster and that whole thing with how they promoted it. I'm going to get into that in just a second, but I'm just going to cover the drop details here really quick. If you actually go to the article right here, you can see it's super animated. He's got 4 different, poses, or not poses, but 4 different sayings that he does. His actual voice, it's really cool for sure. Now, the collectible breakdown, this is something I'm going to talk about in just a second by Corey. It's quite a good one. A lot of interesting information that I didn't know about in there, but there's also a way to donate to Sesame Street in there for sure. Here's how he looks right here. And you can see there's an apple up here with a little worm in it, and that's Slimy. That's that little character as well, the little animated little character. So there's kind of like 2 people in this one, or 2 characters in this one for sure. It's Oscar's FA, but there's also Slimy up there. If you remember who he is, he's a fun little worm and all that. That's pretty cool, right? For sure. Anyway, 60 gems at 4,444 editions. Now, here's the thing about that. I'm going to give you my prediction right away. I don't think this one's going to sell out, okay, in the store for, right away or anything like that. I do think it's going to go under retail, probably around 40 or so gems in the aftermarket, maybe 45 or so. This is just my guess. I could be completely wrong. It's just my opinion. And there's a few reasons behind why I don't think it's going to fully sell out. Okay. So one, I think the 60 gem price, as we learned from the Cookie Monster, is a little bit high for this particular IP at this particular time in the store. Okay. I think we learned that from Cookie Monster, who looks fantastic and all that kind of stuff, and there's that for sure. Right. And the other thing about it is I think the edition size is, a bit too much, for this price right here. Just listening to the community over the last day or so since this was released, I think this is the sentiment. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. This could do extremely well, or it could actually do even worse than I think. But you know what? I think it's going to fall in that range somewhere for sure. And I think it's quite interesting, like this drop. I'm going to be watching it very closely because there's a lot of stuff behind this drop that I want to talk about really quickly here, and let you know my thoughts about what Sesame Street could be doing more of to actually generate more positive interest behind their NFTs on Veve. I think that there might be missing a bit of an opportunity here. And I'm no marketing major or anything like that, but I do have a background in branding and design and all that kind of stuff. And, I do find that it's missing a bit of a message right here. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Now, here's Cookie Monster, just to compare. He can still for sale for 60 gems right here. You can see there was just about 2,000 sold right here. And if you actually just go into the marketplace right here and you just look up Cookie Monster, we can just look him up really quick here. Cookie! Go right here. You can actually see, well, it's actually hard to find him in the market right here. If I just go to the market right here, let's go to Cookie Monster right here. Let's just find him. He should be around here somewhere. Let's scroll down and we'll try to locate him really quickly here. Here he is right here. It only took a second. Sorry about the delay right there. He's going for 53, so it's not too bad. He's not that crazy far under retail, but this is after time. So I think Oscar is probably going to come in somewhere around 45 or so right after. And that's just fine for whoever wants to buy him at that price. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about right here. If you go to Corey's video right here, which is fantastic, it's in the Medium article. He breaks it down. It's really cool, the history there. There is a link to donate to Sesame Street, which is actually down here in their description of their video, right? Which is cool. Now, this is the thing I want to talk about. You can see donate to Sesame Works drop right here with the fundraiser. Here's the thing I want to talk about. Okay, I think Sesame Street, and this is just my personal opinion, I love them. I love what they do. I love everything about it. But I think they're missing a big opportunity right here to let everybody know about this particular drop and how they can raise money to help support their awesome initiatives that they do. I haven't seen any of this kind of communication out from this drop or even from the previous drop of Cookie Monster, which is really surprising to me because, this is, and I don't know the inner workings of Sesame Street, but, how they generate their funds for their nonprofit is by selling merchandise and doing all sorts of other kinds of initiatives. And this is exactly the same kind of thing as selling plushie toys, at Walmart or something like that. This is a way for them to generate revenue to help support their nonprofit. And I'm not sure why I have not seen any of this communication out there, by Sesame Street themselves. I think it's a real missed opportunity because I think in the first drop with, Cookie Monster, I think as a community, we had all eyes on us. And it was a bit of a missed opportunity for us to support Sesame Street's, initiatives and support, the fundraising and to spread that word. And, because we didn't buy it all. And of course, the negative, press that went around it, because of the negative press around NFTs in general, it was a great opportunity to educate everybody. And people did. They tried to get out there. Now, this one right here, I have seen barely any notifications or press releases or anything about it. You can see Sesame Street right here, NFT lately. This is one of the only articles I could find. It just basically covers the information, behind the drop. And it actually down below right here, it's quite interesting. And actually, if you go down here, it says following the triumph of the Cookie Monster NFT. And now I wouldn't really say that the first drop here was a triumph. So, it does say Veve stands up for sustainability in the digital sphere, which is really cool. They're pushing that for sure, just to battle all the people who are saying that NFTs are not good and all that kind of stuff for the environment. But I'm not seeing any, donate, to Sesame Street, raise funds for Sesame Street, support Sesame Street by buying Oscar, that kind of thing, right? So I would love to see more of that from Sesame Street in the future, promoting what they're doing. If you actually go over to their Twitter page, there isn't even a tweet about this drop at all. So maybe they're kind of seeing how this goes. There was a lot of backlash in their fandom about the Cookie Monster drop, of course, which could then be, in my opinion, battled by basically letting everybody know that this is fundraising for them. Now, that's one reason to go for this drop. If you want to support Sesame Street, any money that obviously, I don't know how much or how it works, but you generally think that money sold here that would go to Sesame Street would go to fund their initiatives, just like if you bought a toy at Walmart. And the other reason to go for it, it's the first appearance of a famous character, of all time that everybody knows and loves. It's Oscar the Grouch. He's got his, he's got his vocal, like he's got 4 different sayings. It's really cool. It looks fantastic. I think everybody agrees on that. So, those are a couple of reasons to go for it. The only reasons really not to go for it are if you think that you're not going to make enough money on it. And if you want to flip it in the market, it's probably going to go under. So you got those choices. I really want to know what you think about this particular one right here. I want to see Sesame Street do more marketing behind it, not to make us money, but to tell everybody about how they fundraise, because I don't think a lot of people really understand that. Even people who are fans of Sesame Street. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think for sure. I'll see you in the next video, and happy collecting.